I do realize that no two situations are the same, but what has worked best for me is me being in the field with the helper in order to make sure that everything is as good as it possibly can be, as well as teaching the employee my expectations and the correct procedures and the way to deal with people in situations. Because if you just send somebody out there, God knows what's going to happen. Hey, Part-Time Lawn Care Nation, fans, friends, and family. This evening's topic is going to be about, can you hire employees being a part-time lawn care business owner? Now, what I mean by can you is, financially, will it benefit you? Because you don't want to do anything in this business that's going to cause you to lose money or stagnate the growth of your company or kill your profit. The bottom line is your net income, what you walk away with. And it's possible to lose your butt by having employees, and it's also possible to grow a multi-million-dollar company by having employees. I've tried multiple ways to make it work in part-time lawn care with an employee. I've tried with no employee, going solo. Kind of works just fine. You do get tired and you have your limits. I've tried it with a helper, and that can be good too. I've tried it with me not being in the field and sending two guys out. That generally doesn't work that well. I've tried me not being in the field and sending one guy out. That can be profitable, but quality does suffer. Out of all those scenarios, the one that works the best is you being in the field with a helper. I'm about to show you with simple math and realistic figures how you can make it work for you. Having one employee with you for the part-time lawn care work that you do, the 2 days. We're going to use a 2-day model. It might be 1 day, but we're going to use a 2-day model with a $40 per yard average cost. Okay guys, so here's the breakdown in real time, and hopefully it's going to be easier to see. $40 per mowing, right, with a helper is $16 yards. Let's call them mows. Let's keep it consistent. Equals $640. Now this is with a helper. Now let's subtract what you could make by yourself, which is $40 a mow times 10 yards, $400. Leaves you with $240 with the employee. That's what they're bringing to the table. You having them on board is getting you $240 gross. Now you take that $240 and you subtract your labor, which is $100. That's your labor, what you're paying your helper, and that is $12.50 times 8 hours, right? That is $100. Leaves you with $140. Now, if you have an employee, you also have workers' compensation and payroll company, which is processing your checks, unless you have some mad accounting skills that we don't know about. So I'm going to break down your monthly cost by the amount of days that that person works for you for a month, which if you're doing 2 days a week, that's 8 days a month in your typical 4-week month. So let's break that down. All right, so you have $80 a month. These are monthly expenses for having an employee. $80 a month for workers' compensation. Workers' comp. $50 for payroll. A payroll company. I use Gusto, and that's what they charge for 2 people. You can pay yourself plus 1 person. You can pay your babysitter plus 1 person, your helper. You can pay 2 helpers if you're using both of them throughout the year. So that is $130 a month. Okay? And we're not going to factor in payroll taxes into this. It's 11%, and if you just want to round down, that's 10%. So for every $100 you're paying somebody, you're really paying them $111. But we're not going to deal with that right now. We're going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So that's $130 a month. Okay, and you're going to divide that $130 by 8. 8 days a month. $130 divided by 8 days equals $16.25 per day. $16.25 per day. So let's go ahead and factor in that 11% on that $100 at 11 bucks. 11 bucks. This is your tax, all-encompassing tax, payroll tax. Together that is $27.25. $27.25 per day. Plus that labor is $100. $100. So that's $127.25 per day. Now you subtract that from your 240, or you subtract that 27 from your 40. Well, let's do it the right way. Go back here. There's your labor. We're also going to subtract the $27.25. $27.25. $240 minus $127.25 leaves you with $112.75 that you net by having one employee work 1 day for you. So you invest $127.25 and you are rewarded with $112.75. Now, how we get the percentage for that, if you want to have your mind blown, if you don't know this, is you take year one, $112.75, you take your net, divide it by the gross expenses, it gives you 88.6% profit. Now, any business in the world would take this figure any day of the week. Most companies are pleased to have 10% profit. Off of your asset, you're getting back a return of 88.6%. So it's a no-brainer. It costs nothing to you. The labor pays for itself. and then you get a profit of $112.75 per day times 8 days a week. 8 days a month. So that is your, once again, that's your labor expenses, and that is your net. This is what you're left with, your net revenue. That 112.75 times 8 yields you $902 a month. Free and clear. All your expenses are paid. So for having one employee work 2 days a week for you, you're making an extra $900 a month. That to me is worth it. Just imagine the things that you could do with that money. I personally am limited to only 2 days a week. That's why I tried employees working for me last year, 4 days a week, 3 days a week. And yes, we generated some revenue, but the profitability simply was not there. And I was not in the field. So quality did suffer. We got fired. We fired some people. Some feelings were hurt. If you want a well-run operation, it's you in the field and one solid helper. Pay them well, take care of them, respect them, have fun, listen to them, ask them their opinion or some solutions they might have for situations that pop up. You'd be surprised what getting somebody else's fresh perspective can do for you. So once again, let's take a look at it. Okay, guys, so that 112.75 net is from the 6 extra yards on your 16 yards. Now remember, you still have those other 10 yards which make up the 16 yards where you made $400. That is gross, but you're not exactly paying yourself, or you might be if you're an S Corp or your accountant structures it that way. But you add that 400 to that 112.75, you're making over $500 a day with a helper. You're not losing any money, you're gaining money. Now your $512.75 per mowing day times your 8 days a month looks like this. That's all you, buddy. These are realistic numbers. $40 per mowing with an employee, all expenses paid on that employee. Hope this opened your eyes a little bit, helped you out, encouraged you, inspired you.